If you're struggling with insecurity, it's going to steal joy from you for as long as you let it. I'm going to give you a few examples as to how to identify just how deep your insecurities are. Now, everybody has this, by the way, at some level, so this is worth looking at. So the first is, here's a few little signals to tell you if you're struggling with insecurity. Anytime you get feedback, you're defensive and you take it personally. So anyone, work, family, anytime someone gives you any feedback, your immediate reaction is to be defensive. You're insecure about something, okay? You are constantly comparing yourself to others, work, personal, celebrity, whatever it might be, and you feel an emotional reaction when you look at that comparison. Now, if you're looking at it and going comparing logically without emotional reaction, that's fine. But when you feel an emotional reaction to the comparison, like I'm not enough, you replay conversations in your mind afterward, like rolling them over and over and over and over because you're insecure about how you were perceived at that moment, in that time, at that important thing. This is a dead giveaway. The next, I've written all down because I forget them. You have a fear of being wrong. So you're constantly overcorrecting to being correct about everything all the time and projecting, I'm right about this, I was always like that, I know that better than you, and you're constantly coming forward because what you're hiding is the insecurity, the fear of being wrong. And finally, neutral comments, including probably this video, trigger you. And you hear this and like immediately you're like, oh, it's not me, no, I'm not like that, I'm not. Okay. So if you have any of those situations, by the way, good for you, because welcome to the club. That's everybody. Everyone has something going on in this area. Some of them are crippling to the point where they can't function, and some people are just living with a percentage of their, let's say, their self-worth or their self-being that is eating them away slowly from the inside. And if you allow these things to continue, they are going to eat you away from the inside. Now, I might do a few longer ones on how to deal with it, but here is a short summary. I would take note, if you want to do this for the next 3 or 4 weeks, as to what you hear that makes you have an emotional reaction. If someone says something to you and you get defensive, oh, okay, I'm being defensive. Is there any need? What's going on here? Or if you're after a conversation, you're rolling and rolling. That's a good example. You go away from a conversation you're thinking about. By the way, I've done this. I've done all of these things, by the way. And even sometimes now, I still do some of these things. If you're finding yourself doing this, start to look at what it actually is and start to look under it and say, what is it I'm actually afraid of? And when you start to really tackle it a little bit instead of letting it dominate you, it can be, you can start to deal with it. And I think you'll find you can sort of take some of the air out of these balloons quite quickly when you start looking at them. I'll do something a bit more comprehensive, but maybe have a think about it the next few weeks if you're having some of these reactions, and we'll work on it together.